something ridiculous.
Maybe it's that one. Or not. Yeah, we'll never know. Just one is a little odd. Why is that doing it? Oh, interesting.
Back for more tea. Oh, you've pissed off the knock.
Really? What's an issue with that?
Are you guys running mods in this game?
No. No mods.
It was just a thought. I think that was half the reason everybody was so willing to walk away from Atlas, is because it was like every night you had to load the shit in.
Yeah. Like, not only that, it just seemed like every time you logged in, they always seemed to have a problem. And then they were always adding something that made it worse.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then you only get to work on shit for 6 months and they reset everything. It was like...
Yeah, that's another thing. And not also that, then they want to charge for basically playing the game? No.
Yeah.
I would rather basically go and play it on single player with a bunch of my friends and then deal with that shit.
I mean, I was only playing it because it was David's thing. So as soon as he was like, we're out, I'm like, okay. Of course, I had just got like invested where I had critters in there and...
Hey, Sean, I'll catch you later.
Alright.
I'll go
Do me a favor, okay?
What's up?
What I want you to try and do, alright, is basically what I want you to do is like when you basically shut off your PlayStation or whatever it is you're using, okay, when you come back to Skull and Bones, what I want you to do, like tomorrow or whatever, or, when you want to play it again, is check and see if that mission pops up. Because it should pop up. I don't understand why it's not. If not, try turning off crossplay.
Alright.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I'll try to... So I'll let my Lord Sharp.
No, that's fine, because it might be like a server thing, because it's a cross-play thing, so that might be what it is. Because it's like a cross-play server?
Yeah.
That might be what it is. It's the only thing I can think of.
Alright, I'll try it out.
I'll laugh if that's the problem. Oh god, I would laugh if that's the motherfucking problem.
Well, if that's what it is, wouldn't you be able to log out, re-log in now that he's gone and...
No. The reason why that is... No, because the problem is on his side, not mine. So so he doesn't he doesn't have this game on a computer. I mean, he has a computer and everything. Don't get me wrong. Okay, but he also has a PlayStation. So some of his games are on PlayStation that he bought, before he got the computer. Okay. So he still uses it, which is not a problem. It's just one of those things that me and Andrew and everyone else have noticed that whenever it deals with crossplay, because of the way PlayStation, Xbox, and everything is situated, they can only perform up to a certain extent. And that extent is basically built on the CUDA cores that runs, the graphics. That and, in particularly, RAM. Okay, because it's not like you can open the damn thing, stick RAM slot, stick a RAM cartridge in it, or a RAM stick, or whatever you want to fucking call it. I call it a goddamn cartridge. Right. Okay, so, the thing is, Xbox and PlayStation are now coming finally to the understanding that the motherfucker is a computer. The only difference is y'all made it to where it's inside of a fucking box. Alright, that's basically the same as a fucking phone. Because that's honestly what it is. It's basically a phone. Alright, plugged into a graphics machine.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand this. Okay, and it's one of the things that I've kind of understood over time. Alright, so, because believe it or not, if you used to open up an old phone, it almost was the same thing. If you opened up an old DVD player, it had the same fucking shit. It was kind of sad, but that's how I figured out how a lot of this shit worked. Okay, so no more different than opening up, an old, CD player boombox thing, looking at the laser eye and, figuring out how all that crap worked, and then, going into my PlayStation, oh, this is how I fix it. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it was that kind of shit. Okay.
You learned by tinkering.
Yeah, you learn by failing, actually, and breaking shit. Alright? And so, believe it or not, okay, and it's not even by tinkering, it's just, by breaking, looking, reading, and everything else like that, right? So, the thing is, I'm basically matching components. Alright, how hard is it to read a fucking number, right? T, whatever, blah, 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 is this the same resistor as this one? Yes, it is. Okay, it's not that hard to figure out. Alright? So, the modern mechanic with PlayStation these days is what's known as a lockout system. The lockout system protocol basically doesn't allow PlayStation to connect to any other port networks other than its own. Same thing as Xbox. That's why whenever you run across certain games that are cross-play and whatnot, PlayStation or Xbox has to go into the router and port forward those ports to allow those ports in, because it's technically a computer.
Right.
It's not affiliated with the PlayStation network. It's not affiliated with the Microsoft network. So that is one of the reasons why, hence I got away from the PlayStation and everything else like that, because one, anytime something came out for a game, it would take PlayStation, 4 years to kind of catch up. Okay, at the time it wasn't really that bad, but now it just doesn't seem like they want to do anything. Catch up, rework something, try something new. It just seems like they're fucking so stuck in their way, it's retarded.
Yeah, and they're just slapping a newer price tag or a higher price tag on it, calling it a new edition, and it's
not.
Basically just the exact same thing with a different shell.
Yeah, it's a car with the same engine and the same transmission and the same frame. The only difference is they changed the body. Right?
Yep.
I mean, that's basically the extent of it, right? I mean, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, the things that I was trying to explain to, like everybody and stuff like that is the problem is can you, back in the day, you could call a PlayStation a computer entertainment system because it was built on the same fundamentals as a computer. Alright. Nowadays, no. The reason why is because they're so money hungry and personal derived into their own bullshit that they can't even see daylight anymore.
They got their head too far up their asses.
I wouldn't even say they have not only their heads in their ass, alright, but their dicks in the ground.
Yeah.
Okay? They wouldn't know what the fuck even if they tried it. Get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So in essence, you wouldn't you wouldn't know how to show a hoe a good time. Even if she came for you to dick, you still wouldn't know how to show her a good time, right? Because you don't know how to use your penis, right?
Right.
Okay, so same thing as a customer. If you're not going to listen to your customer, why would a customer buy your product?
Well,
The
I
whole
mean,
point,
I agree.
but the whole point back then of the power to the players was what?
Because they were listening
To the
originally back
players.
then when they first. Yep, the people who were going to be purchasing it had a voice.
Then that was the point. Now, you don't. So, bye-bye to your company.
Well, and on top of that, you know, the yes, they're all computers, but the not having the lockout function on all the ports means that our computers are actually give us more options, more things we can do. We can tap into PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam, and then still go back to web browsing or create work stuff from the computers.
But their thing is they don't have any control. That's their thing. They don't have no control over the system.
Yep.
And they want control over the system. That's what they want.
But they also haven't done anything like, from what I understand, PlayStation. I don't have a PlayStation, so I don't really know. But you know, they haven't put out any really new exclusive games. They've put out the same exclusive they had for the PlayStation 5. You know, when it was they had it for PlayStation 4. Now it's for PlayStation 5. It's the same game. They just
No, but
put a new label on it.
But the thing is they want to charge for the same game you own for a newer state of it.
Right, but they haven't really updated anything about it other than the packaging that it came on.
I wouldn't even say that.
Well, they changed it from saying PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5. That's all they did.
Hence my point. Okay. What's the best way to put this? Okay. You know how you have an Xbox, right? Yes.
Yes,
Or
I'm
your
sorry,
son,
my son just-
or your son has an Xbox. Someone has an Xbox, right? And I know
Yeah,
someone in your
yeah.
family have an Xbox. Okay, y'all have an Xbox. All I know is you play it, so I'm going with all. Y'all have an Xbox, okay? You all have an Xbox, all right? Your family owns an Xbox, okay? No more different than my brother owns a PlayStation 4, okay? The thing about it, even like my brother learned, is one, the subscriptions are getting out of hand. That's how they control you, is by the subscription. Two, they control you by the way the games are put out and or updated. They also control when and how basically you're allowed to license it, play it, or use it. That's not the intention of which the console is intended for. Because if that's the case, then it shouldn't have PlayStation on there. What should it have? It should have the gaming company. It should be Ubisoft, Square Enix, any of those fucking things. It should not be PlayStation. PlayStation should not be on there. Because that's not the company who made the game. And if they want to license something, then hence the point, it's no more different than how do you license a car. Well, you don't. You license the person. You can't license a car.
Right.
It's kind of like, how do you license a gun? You don't. You license a person for the gun. It kind of makes no sense. Okay, it's no more different than, okay, if they want to sit there and license your gun, they want to sit there and license, whatever. All right, when are they going to start licensing you to breed?
I mean, I do think that would help the gene pool.
I don't think that would help the gene pool. I don't think that would help anybody. Because if that was the case,
No.
we would have started that in caveman days.
Well, we did do it for a while in the early 1900s with eugenics, but
Yeah, and look how that worked out.
I don't actually believe we should be practicing eugenics.
Do you know what eugenics is?